First time ever, totally free roam floor time. We are in my house in West Virginia. I actually reside full-time in Maryland now with my husband in a condo, which is relatively small. And he's not all about letting the animals do their own thing. And he's a bit of a germaphobe, so, and there's reasons for that. But anyway, he's a good man. But I have never been able to just let them free roam. There he goes under the bed. Let me make sure there's nothing under there that he can get hurt on. Not much there at all. Nothing he can get hurt on. That electrical cord, I know it's not supposed to be out where they can munch on it, but I am going to be here the whole time, so they won't be munching on anything they shouldn't. I'm going to be watching them. But anyway, yeah, I don't know that I can set this camera up to just like be still and capture what they're doing. So for a while anyway, I'm going to hold it, and I'm sorry for the motion. I know that can make people seasick. But I just kind of want to keep an eye on what they're doing, and I hope they have a ton of fun. Guinea pig fun. Yep, guinea pig fun. Maybe that's what I'll call this video. Yep. Anyway, the dark one in the middle at the top of the screen, that is Abe. If you have never watched any of my videos before, welcome, by the way. This little brown one that's crawling into the tunnel over here, that is Joey. And right now, my most recently adopted young man is in the hidey. And the reason he's in there is because there was a bite of an apple in there that one of them left, and he found it, so he's eating the apple. He'll be back out. He's not real shy. And his name is Sammy. He's not been officially adopted yet. I have to do the paperwork with the rescue where I got him. I actually work there. So I'm more or less fostering him for the moment, but fully intending to make it official and permanent and adopt him. His name at the rescue is Ronald Reagan. That's how he came to us. But I'm going to change it to Sammy. And all of my piggies, they do have biblical names. It's just because. But so Joey is Joseph, from the Old Testament Joseph. The coat of many colors, Joseph. Abe is Abraham, from the Old Testament. Abraham, who was the father of all of Israel. And Sammy, running under the bed there, is for Samuel. And Samuel, I believe, was one of their kings and father to some of the other well-known biblical characters from the Old Testament. I kind of like the name, so I picked it. And then I shortened them to their little cute names that I call them every day. So that would be Joey, Abe, and Sammy. So, Sammy is exploring, he's my most likely to explore. I'm going to find him. Where are you? There he comes. He's just under the bed. And the other two are just doing their thing. And I did set up an area where they could maybe feel a little more comfortable and safe if they needed that sense with a few of their hideys, one of their floor mat liners from their pen, their cage. Their hay bin is there. Right now there is a pea pad folded and laying in the hay bin. That was not exactly on purpose. Nope. So I'm going to take that out. Put it just there. Yep, and there's one over there, and they're on top of one right now that's not been straightened out either, but they don't care. They could care less. I figure maybe if they want to crawl up under it, sometimes they do that. They can do it with that one. It's more likely to be the choice since it's kind of a mess already. But yeah, they find a spot where they can get their nose under it and then kind of dig under it, and whoop, there was a popcorn. I think Sammy's liking this. Yep. That is so good to see. He's like I said, a newbie. I've had him for maybe 2 weeks, about that. Yep. and he is doing quite well. Now, when I pick him up, he bites me. Not ever drawn blood, but he'll let you know, there's something you're doing he doesn't like. He does not like being petted around his face. His head is okay, but if I go lower, like his ears or his jawline area, he wants to bite me. Yeah, he doesn't like that. So I'm learning not to do that, at least not right now. Joey, right there, peeking his head out, he is my most skittish. He always runs from me, and not weak squeal, but that little complaining, beep, 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 whatever that is that they do. He starts doing that immediately. Sometimes he teeth chatters when I reach for him or pick him up, yeah, until he calms down, and then he's fine. After I've held him for a second, he's fine. But they all still, like, if I reach for them and they see me coming, they'll run away. They're guinea pigs. That's what they do. And they're male guinea pigs, all three of them. And yes, I got them separately. They did not come as a trio. Abe actually came with a different boy about a little over a year ago. Joey, Abe's different boy, whose name was Solomon. If you've seen my videos, he passed away, had several serious health problems right in a row, and he was over 6 years old, and he passed away. But that was in November. So then Abe was by himself for a couple of months, and I decided to adopt Joey over there, who is with Abe at the moment, and never had, Abe and Solomon were my very first guinea pigs ever. So needless to say, I had never gone through that bonding process with guinea pigs at all, let alone two male, and I've learned since then that that isn't the easiest thing to do, and that they frequently don't succeed at bonding. But somehow, and I call it a God thing because I am a believer, and I believe in God, I believe in Jesus Christ, and yesterday was a celebratory day for me, celebrating his resurrection. But I believe they love us, all of us, and I believe they care about the animals too. He created them. He loves them too, and I asked him to help me. Just help me and help them to become friends and buddies and be able to share a space. And so I brought Joey home first, and it took a couple tries and a little bit of unconventional methods, but somehow they worked. So first Joey and Abe were bonded, and they were living together for about 2 months, I would say. And then little Sammy, Ronald Reagan / Sammy, came into the shelter where I work, and one of my friends there said, I think this guinea pig should be yours. And so I met Sammy, and I decided she was right, and I brought him home, and once again I prayed, and look at this. They live together quite happily, and they do their typical like siblings fighting with each other every now and then, but it's not that furball guinea pig fight you hear people talk about. It's just the little nose nudges, and they hump each other every now and then, complain at each other, that sort of thing, but chase each other out of the hay bin or the hidey that they want or whatever. But they do not fight. They are just doing so well. I'm so happy. And I don't have a lot of money to put into fancy guinea pig housing, or fancy guinea pig playrooms, or fancy outdoor guinea pig setups. No, not at all. But I am able to take good care of them, and I do that. And I like to show my guinea pigs on YouTube because everybody else does, so why shouldn't I, huh? You aren't going to see a fancy house or any of the lovely background, but you're going to see 3 darling guinea pigs, and I hope you enjoy it. Absolutely. All right. I will video some more in a little bit, maybe. Maybe not. We'll see how this goes. And I'm just going to kind of chill and let them do the same. So you all have a beautiful, blessed day. And don't forget, Jesus died for you too. And if you don't understand what that's all about, find a good person who does and talk to them. They'll explain it. God loves you. Oh yes, we also have dogs in the house. There are 3. This is a big home. And they are in the bedroom that's next door here, so they bark at noises and movement outside. My son, the dogs actually are his, and he does live here with me when I'm home. He lives there full time. He's always here. I just come back for a visit every now and then, but anyway, those are his pups, and they are lovely. But they make my guinea pigs nervous, obviously. And so I keep my guinea pigs in the 2 bedrooms, mine and the extra one, with the doors closed, so the dogs cannot come in. But they do hear them bark, and I think they've adjusted relatively well to that as also. But anyway, that is the situation here. And I have let the dogs come in when I have the piggies in their cage and just sniff around a little bit and kind of, talk to them and said, no, don't do that, or, trying to slowly introduce the animals to one another. I may be spending a little more time here in the future, so I do want my piggies to be comfortable, and I want the dogs to understand that these are pet rodents. They are not roadkill or something they are able to chase out in the yard. And we have a pretty big yard, and there are bunnies and groundhogs, other things out there that the dogs do occasionally like to go after, not too often, but they do it on occasion. And anyway, instinct, animal instinct. So yeah, I want them to understand that these piggies are my piggies. Hands off, teeth off, paws off, don't touch. Yeah, and they'll get it. They'll get it. They're smart little animals. So, all right. So have they had enough exploring? I'm not sure. They've mainly stayed relatively close to their hay bin and this little area that is more familiar to them, but each of them have ventured out a little and wandered around the room a bit and checked things out. So when they reach the point where they're not really doing much movement around and they lay down, I'll put them back in their pen. I think, yeah, right now I'm going to open the door to that room, which is that door, leave it open, and go in there and do a little cleaning of their cage while they're out of it. Yeah, and then I'll put them back. So I may not leave the door open. They're doing all right in here. I think I'll leave them be. There's not much that they can get hurt on. So, all right. Have a lovely day. As I stated before, God bless you. He loves you.